Good morning, everyone. So how are you today? Very good, but a little cold. Today's speech is called Keep the Truth. Keep the Truth. We can learn a lot from history. History is the story of our countries. History is the story of our society. History is the story of our culture. When we study history, we learn about the past, and we also learn who we are. Japanese history is very old and very long. Canadian history, very young and very short. Every country in the world has wonderful things in their history, and most countries have trouble in their past histories too. But it is very important we do not feel bad or embarrassed or shame about the history of the past. The history of our countries are lessons for us to learn from. Our history is a reminder that life is hard and trouble will come. History will show us we can make a good society today and not make mistakes that we did before. Today in history, we have many very important things that happened. In 1933, in Germany, Adolf Hitler becomes the leader of Germany. From that day, for the next 10 years, Europe is in the worst war of all European history. Today in history, in 1948, the great Mahatma Gandhi is killed. Today in history, 1835, someone tries to shoot President Andrew Jackson in America. And today in history, an airplane crashes in Africa and 169 people die. It seems that history is just a big story of terrible things happening. So much war, violence, trouble. But that is only part of the great story of history. Also on this day in history, some great people are born. For example, it's the birthday of Thomas Paine, the great leader, and Anton Chekhov, the great writer. History is important because it is the story of our world. It's the story of past greatness, past inventions, past challenges, and past trouble. We have history in science, technology. We have history in art, and music, dance. We have history in comedy and history in television. We have history in nature and history of how we eat and drink and how we make peace. So if you learn of some trouble in history of the past, war, terrible things, that is okay. We must be okay with the truth of our histories. Those times are different, and the people were different. The gift of history is for us to think of how we want to live today. Recently, Osaka Nami became the world champion in tennis. That's a kind of history too. We see that story today, and it is part of a history from now. Japan has many great scientists who are doing wonderful things in medical research. Their work is part of history and will save millions of people in the future. History is a growing thing, an organic, creative, and exciting thing. I love reading history and about politics today. We see a story in a newspaper, and we see how the future will change. Some people will make stories that are not true, or say a true story is fake news or a lie. Do not listen to them. Read the news and read history yourself. Keep your mind open and your heart full of truth of history. Thank you very much, and have a great day.